Clapperboard hook intro, designed for YouTube opening 0:100 to 0:30. He was standing in court, hands cuffed, eyes tired, the kind of tired that comes from years of war and sacrifice. A single dad, a decorated veteran, accused of something he didn't do. And just when everyone thought the judge would give the final verdict, a little girl stood up. His daughter. She wiped her tears, looked the judge straight in the eye, and said, "Free my dad, and I'll heal you." The whole courtroom laughed. They didn't know what she meant, not yet. But what happened next, no one in that room would ever forget. If you believe in the power of love, courage, and miracles, stay till the end of this story. And if it touches your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it, because some stories deserve to be heard. The day started with a cold silence. Jack Walker, a single father and retired Army medic, sat in his small apartment, tying his boots, the same ones he wore in Afghanistan. His 8-year-old daughter, Lily, was coloring quietly on the floor. Jack had been through battles, explosions, and sleepless nights on the front lines, but nothing felt harder than the court hearing he was about to face today. He wasn't fighting for medals anymore, he was fighting for custody of his daughter. Jack had been accused of assaulting a man outside a convenience store. The truth was, he'd only stepped in to stop the man from hitting a woman. But the man had connections, the kind of connections that twisted truth like paper. And now, the veteran who had once saved lives overseas was being painted as a violent man back home. As he walked into the courtroom, whispers followed him. "That's the soldier guy," someone muttered. "Lost his temper again." Lily held his hand tighter. She didn't understand why people looked at her dad like he was a monster. She just knew he was her hero. Across the room sat the man who accused him, a smug businessman named Carl Benson, nursing a fake bruise on his cheek. His lawyer spoke with confidence, twisting words like weapons. Jack's public defender tried to fight back, but the judge, Judge Rebecca Sloan, seemed unconvinced. She was stern, older, and known for her strictness. As the trial dragged on, the tension grew heavier. Jack stayed silent, his mind flashing between the courtroom and the battlefield, two worlds that didn't look so different anymore. Both were full of noise, judgment, and pain. Finally, the judge looked down at him. "Mr. Walker, do you have anything to say for yourself?" Jack's voice cracked slightly. "Ma'am, I've made mistakes in life. But I've never raised my hand to hurt someone who didn't deserve it. That man was hitting a woman. I did what I had to do to protect her. I'd do it again." The courtroom buzzed. The prosecutor smirked. "So you admit you're violent by nature?" Jack looked down. He'd been called a lot of things, soldier, hero, killer, but this one hurt the most. Then came the moment no one expected. Lily stood up from the bench. Her little voice echoed in the silent room. "My daddy's not bad. He helps people. He fixes them. Just like he fixed me." The judge frowned. "Young lady, please sit down." But Lily didn't stop. She took a few steps forward, her small shoes tapping the marble floor. "You're sick, aren't you, ma'am?" The courtroom froze. The judge blinked, startled. "What did you say?" Lily's voice trembled, but her eyes didn't. "You're sick. Your heart hurts. Daddy says when people are mean, it's 'cause they're hurting inside. But I can help. I can heal you. Just free my dad, and I'll heal you." The whole room burst into quiet chuckles. Lawyers looked at each other, shaking their heads. Even Carl laughed. "Oh, that's rich," he whispered. "A little girl's gonna heal the judge." But the laughter died quickly when Lily walked right up to the bench. She reached into her pocket and took out a folded drawing, a picture of her and her dad helping a wounded soldier. In the drawing, the soldier had a bandaged leg and a bright red heart. Lily placed it on the judge's desk. "My daddy fixed hearts too," she said softly. "When I was sick and couldn't walk, he stayed up every night holding my hand. He said love can heal people better than medicine. So, I'm gonna heal you like he healed me." The courtroom was silent. The judge stared at the drawing. No one had ever spoken to her like that, not in years. What no one knew was that Judge Sloan had recently lost her own son, a soldier, in combat. She hadn't told anyone. Her heart was broken. Something inside her shifted that moment. The walls she'd built for years cracked open. She looked at Jack, and saw not a criminal, but a father doing everything he could for his little girl. The judge called a short recess. The entire courtroom murmured, trying to make sense of what just happened. During the break, she sat alone in her chambers, staring at that child's drawing. Tears welled in her eyes for the first time since her son's funeral. When the court resumed, her tone was different. Softer. Human. I have reviewed the evidence, she said, and it's clear this case has been handled poorly. The witness testimonies are inconsistent, and there is a lack of proof that Mr. Walker initiated violence. This court finds Mr. Jack Walker not guilty. The crowd gasped. Carl Benson's jaw dropped. Jack blinked, unable to believe what he heard. Then Lily screamed, "Daddy!" and ran into his arms. Judge Sloan smiled faintly. "Mr. Walker," she said, "you have a remarkable daughter. Don't ever underestimate what her heart can do." As the courtroom emptied, the judge quietly slipped something into Lily's hand, a small locket. Inside was a picture of a young soldier. "That's my son," she whispered. "You healed more than you know today." Months passed. Jack got a job as a paramedic, using his old army skills to save lives again. Lily grew stronger, happier, always believing love could fix what the world broke. And one day, a letter arrived. It was from Judge Sloan. "Dear Lily, you were right. My heart did hurt, but you healed me. Because of you and your father, I've started volunteering with veterans again. Thank you for reminding me that compassion still wins, even in a courtroom." Jack folded the letter, eyes misty. He looked at his daughter. "See, sweetheart, you really did heal her." Lily smiled. "Told you love works better than medicine, Daddy." They laughed together, the kind of laugh that sounded like peace after a long war. And as the camera slowly fades, Jack and Lily walk down a quiet park path hand in hand, the past behind them, hope ahead. If this story touched your heart, help it reach others. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who still believes that kindness can change the world, because sometimes, healing begins with love.